Should the quarterback play or should the quarterback be benched? Who's involved in that decision-making process? To bring up his name 2 straight weeks, there's something to that.
This tells me, as we bring in Mike Reiss here, just my initial reaction to this is that Robert was sort of the point man on bringing this guy back, meaning Bill O'Brien. And Billy doesn't forget that, and that's why he's referencing chain of command. That guy's the big boss. Then Bill makes decisions, and we're way below Bill as assistant coaches.
Mike, is he telling us something?
All right, Beetle. What's up, Zo? Marty? Great to be with you.
Good to see you.
Bringing energy. Bringing the energy. I have a different take on this, and I'm curious what you think of it. I think for me, it's where Bill O'Brien has been. What he's basically trying to tell everyone is, I'm just the offensive coordinator here. Like, I don't make those decisions. I've been a head coach where I had Cal McNair, the owner, ahead of me. To me, I think that's important to him, especially coming back here. So, like, I'll give you an example. Prior to the question from Karen, I had asked him about the quarterback plan this week. And I hate to do this, Beetle. I mean, I think people want to know. I think it's a fair question. I don't want to beat it, down. But I think what I truly believe Bill O'Brien believes is that's not for me to say. That's for the head coach to say. So because he's been a head coach, he didn't want his offensive coordinator telling people who the quarterback was that week. That's for the head coach to say. And I think, to me, that's the essence of what Bill O'Brien is getting at. But it gets complicated, right? Because you say, wait a minute.
You got to take your hand off that. That's
okay. Sorry. So I think it gets. Sorry, it's like bumping into my face. This microphone.
Bend it.
That's what. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
I had no idea. That's all I had to do. So that's what I think it is, but I think it leads to conspiracy theories or other thoughts based on, did Bill Belichick ever want Mac here in the first place? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it all sort of goes in there, all the ingredients. But I don't think that's what it is.
I'm with you. When you read it, it's like, oh, what do we have here? And then you hear it, and the way he talks about it, that's a chain of command. It's an overall organization thing. Like that's
the way.
I don't think it has anything to do with Mac.
You buying Beetle?
I don't. I
don't know.
The other week.
I think Robert Kraft is involved in this, and I think Bill O'Brien is pretty much telling us that he's somehow involved in football decisions right now at this moment in time. And I would not put it past Bill O'Brien to right now, and I don't say this as a criticism, be angling for being the head coach in the future. If I were him, I'd be doing that. I'd be angling. I'd be looking at Bill saying, you're not for long. There's going to be an opening here, and I'd like to be considered. And I would not blame him for that.
I don't see it, Beetle, especially where he's been in that seat and he knows the importance of loyalty of assistant coaches. I totally know where you're coming from, and maybe I'm naive to that. I don't see it. But
yeah, I think he's been nothing but complimentary and respectful to Bill, and he's excited to be back to work under Bill, and he knows the grind that Bill requires to work for. I don't see that the owner has influence on the quarterback right now. I mean, I'd love to think that, because then you got a hell of a story.
Do you think there's been no conversation with ownership about the quarterback situation?
Oh no, I think that's between Bill and Robert. Like, what are we doing here this week? Like, I would say, hey, Bill, I need to see upstairs. I need to know what's going on here. Like, he needs to be kept abreast of this. Yeah, absolutely. Still bottom right corner.
Do you think he offers up his opinion?
Yeah.
Right,
No. I think he questions Bill. Like, tell me again why we're doing this. Why have we?
And maybe there's some trickle down to Bill O'Brien when they're talking about things. It's here's
I'm not suggesting that Bill O'Brien is having conversations with Robert Kraft off to the side. I'm saying
talking about Bill.
Bill Belichick is having conversations with Robert.
Absolutely,
about
every week,
and that Bill's and Bill O'Brien, by way of being a high-ranking assistant, still an assistant, but would be sort of in tune and have knowledge of what those conversations have been. That's all I'm saying.
I think that's fair.
But that Robert Kraft has offered up his thoughts to Bill Belichick on this quarterback situation. It might have influence.
How could he not?
Of course, that's what I say.
I mean, and I don't know what the weekly protocol is between the owner and the head coach, whether they meet on a regular basis or not. But if they didn't in the past, wouldn't you think they would be now? Don't you think I don't
think there's a scheduled Monday night or Tuesday morning, but I do think it's an open door where Roberts even said, I've been down there. I've been in offensive meetings. I've been in defensive meetings. He sits in there and listens. Every once in a while, he'll go just to get the temperature of the room. And not on the thermostat. Talking about what's the vibe.
Let's play this
metaphor,
game.
I know.
Yeah. Let's play this game, Mike Reiss. Assuming Robert is talking to his coaching staff, and that would be Bill, and he wants the best for Mac Jones, what should he be saying right now about Mac Jones?
What should Robert be saying about Mac?
If he wants the best for Mac Jones in his future, whether it be here or anywhere else.
Okay. So this is where I'm different. I thought 2 weeks ago we
came in fired up.
We had one of our best hours. I thought 2 weeks ago because I was fired up.
Yeah, you thought that.
I did. You didn't like it. You didn't like it.
I just. But you were right on your take.
Do you grade yourself out on your appearances after the show? Do you watch the tape?
I don't watch the tape, but I always leave. I leave feeling like that was great discussion because I felt like we had organic, honest difference of opinion, and I felt strongly about it. That they should stick with Mac. And I felt like I was a little bit of an outlier. I don't think many people were feeling that way.
But you were right.
And well, was I right
at that time?
Was I right though? They ended up sticking with him.
Two great performances.
But was it the right decision?
Benched in both.
Was it the right decision? No. So here's where
how do you feel now?
I feel differently now.
Okay.
And here's why. I actually think they did the right thing. After the bye week, you got to go one more shot. You get the bye week. Put your faith in the guy, give him a bye-week practice, and I think there was hard coaching behind the scenes with Mac last week with Belichick, see how he responded to the idea that his job was dangling a little bit, and I do believe that Mac felt his job was dangling a little bit. I don't buy this whole idea that it was Mac all the way, and everyone, people knew that. I don't believe that. See how he responds. And he didn't respond. And so to me, at this point, guys,
but Mike,
like you took it to the finish line.
But so the second part, what do you think Robert should say right now?
I let him rest.
Do what you want to do.
Do
as you see fit.
Yeah, do as you see fit. But if it's my choice, let him watch a little bit. I think that's probably the right decision.
Yeah. Okay. If he really wants the best for Mac Jones and wants there to be a future with Mac here, which again sounds crazy to us, but
killing himself right now.
He should say, You got to sit him down. You got to give him a break. You got to let him mentally relax for a moment.
I think that's the nice way of saying it. Either sit him down, let him rest, or him not responding to that week off next year. I think another way of saying it, and I'm not sure what's right, is he doesn't have it.
He's broken.
And he's not going to have it. It's the third year, and he doesn't look like an NFL quarterback most of the time.
It reminds me a little bit is like when Mayfield hit that stretch with Cleveland, where he, out of the gate, the upside's there, and you can see how dynamic he is, and he's a playmaker. And then he got into trouble around this time of his career, and that's why he ends up with
some good
team.
Similarities there, Zoe, because didn't he have like 3 different offensive coordinators in the first 3 years?
Not on a good team, but the hope was there. The upside was there.
And I will say this, in this performance, I mean, the same thing I felt like against the Colts. I mean, the first interception, if you watch Cole Strange, I mean, the rusher goes right by him. And so there's pressure, and it's clear it's not just Mac. There was a breakdown, but to me, you have the football in your hands. You control the fate of the team. Throw the ball away. Right? So it's not always going to be perfect around you. So I guess my point being, I've reached where I gave him as many, chances to right the ship, if you will.
Pocket wasn't bad on Sunday. The pocket.
I thought the pocket was okay. I mean, there were times it wasn't. I mean, the second interception, they let a rusher in, unchecked, and he should have taken the sack or thrown it, thrown it away.
I don't know where he was throwing that.
So ultimately, not every play, Beetle, is going to be perfect. And I'm at the point now, I use a boxing analogy. Like if I'm the referee, I'm going over to check on the fighter in the corner. I'm saying, we're done. Fight's over.